Your mind is already there. It's a matter of learning and bolting on a new skill set. It's honestly, I'm going to say it again on the because it's getting access to those resources to give you the fundamental training to get into the field and completing those resources and going through the courses that give you hands-on training. That's what you already have the passion. That's number one. That's the check. You already have low-level coding, and you're an instructor. You already have the understanding for it, so that's going to be valuable for you because you're going to be able to teach others as well. And you're going to realize as you get more into cybersecurity, there are, like the other gentleman said earlier, that it's so vast. No joke, it is so vast. There's so many different categories. You can go into risk assessments and identify as an advisor what for an organization what their threats are, and then you can work with developers in the cloud. It's so far and wide we don't have enough resources. But the good thing is you're at the fundamental level where you can go down any of those paths. So what I would recommend, we'll follow up later. We want you to stay focused on boy code right now. We'll follow up later, and we'll work with their organization, the team, the people that you're working with, to find out what the best time to get you access to that particular capability is, because there's two of them. There's a cybersecurity professional certificate and training that gives you exposure to all those areas so you can figure out what area you want to go into, but there's also an AI fundamental course that you use both of them cohesively. You're going to be phenomenal, man. You already have the skill set. You already have the mindset. So, me saying that and highlighting you, that's a model for others to follow your path. But also, I don't want that to make others think because they don't know how to code or they're not, they do some hello world and they're like, man, this is too boring. I don't want to sit and look at the screen because that happens. That there's not a space in cybersecurity. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Question.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Daniel. So my question is that how were your friends at the Air Force? How did they react to you leaving the army to join cybersecurity? Because I'm sure you've got lots of friends. Did they join you, or were they like just happy for you? Or I don't get. Thank you, sir.
So yeah. So in the Air Force, you do your time. It's probably very similar, I believe. And if you join the Armed Forces of Nigeria, it's almost like a fraternity, like a college fraternity or a school fraternity. You're part of a team, and it hurts and it breaks your heart when you leave them and move. But then you have another mission, and we all understand that this mission is only temporary. This is a path to our next mission, right? And where a lot of us we say mission because we're mission driven. We take that into that mission mindset into the next career that we go into. So then I work in the federal government, and I still work with a mission. But the beautiful thing is, I'm still working with all those military members that I work with because I worked in the federal government. If I would have went into the private sector right away, I wouldn't have had that relationship to continue working with them, but I would have still maintained those relationships. I would say out of the, how many of you young men are in this program right now, roughly?
43.
43, wow, that's amazing, that's beautiful. So it would be amazing in 10 years if all 43 of you still worked together and started your own cyber business. Because I look at everybody there right now, you start thinking, okay, let's start a business. Let's start our own cyber company. Let's get some people to come in and train us to give us a skill set so I can bring an asset for Nigeria and fight against the crime that's taking place here, but not just here, but all around the world. You become cyber defenders and you build trust amongst your nation, right? That other people want to come and work, and then you have a product, you build a business and a product that other countries want access to. You build revenue, you help build your own economy, and you then recruit others like you. Out of all of you, it's maybe that would be a blessing if all 43 of you still stay connected in 10 years. It's likely that 10 to 15 of you may still continue to collaborate and connect. And if you don't, that's fine, because the brotherhood you have right now will live forever. You'll meet each other in 10 years and say, hey man, it's nice to see you, what are you up to? And it's an old brotherhood. It's like having a family member. You're going to realize as you get older, I have still friends and family, the neighborhood that I grew up in, or that are like my brothers still. I don't talk to them for a year at a time, but then sometimes I'll talk to them and it's like we pick up our conversation like yesterday. So we're all encouraging no matter where we are around the planet. I have friends all around the planet and colleagues who are all around the planet that I'm connected to through those relationships, which is a beautiful thing.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Good day, sir. My name is Charles. I want to say sorry about your wife, and I thank God for making her to be well. And I would say that I'll ask a question. I love your envisage, your goal about the cybersecurity field. But one thing I want to know is, you mentioned some African countries that you touch, Djibouti, Kenya, South Africa, and I didn't hear Nigeria.
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Yeah.
One
And
of,
Ethiopia, sorry, my apologies.
and Ethiopian, yes, an Ethiopian. So one of my question is, one of it is, what is your mission and vision? Because probably we may spend 6 hours to talk, but if we don't spend at least more than 6 minutes to walk the talk, it will all just go in vain. So we would love to know your mission and vision for us in Nigeria. That is your goal, and we would love to know what challenges that we youths are to expect in this field, because it's not going to be all smooth. I believe it's there are hurdles that we should expect. Thank you.
Thank you. So my goal before my time is done on this planet is to, one, leave the world a better place than I came onto it as. That's my mission number one. To serve others, but more importantly, leave generations behind us more united, more safe, and you can't do that in my own backyard. If I stay in my own backyard, in my own state, in my own country, I'm then still going to be defending against other people that we could all work together and unite and defend globally together. That's my mission. But more importantly, part of the thing that I learned over the last 20 to 30 years is that the biggest enemy that we have to this planet is poverty. The biggest enemy we have to our world as anywhere on the planet is poverty. There's two things. I say it's an enemy because people take advantage of that poverty and that lack of access, and they exploit it. My goal is to make it more accessible responsibly, so people have more access to economic opportunity, and we can help each other and all people grow around the planet. That's kind of like where my mission goes. So the difficulties you're going to have there, now that you have more of I think because the governments, even in Kenya, they have a program right now that they're trying to stand up a cyber and technology hub there to be able to, that's a good start, but that's only in Kenya.